All right, here we go. Hey, Gene. Linda, live from New York, and Cookie is on. Leslie, Miss Cookie is on. Andre is on. Always good to see Andre on with us. Hello, hello, hello. All right, try this again. Andre is on. Linda is on. Leslie, Miss Cookie is on. Felicia's on. LaWanda Tillman is on. Good evening, Lily. Good to see you. Patricia Johnson is on. Good evening to you. Delandria Smith, good to see you. Good evening to you. Thomas Hart, good evening to you. Glad to have you. Thank you all. Patricia, I saw Mom and Max this week, and they both said hello, and Max is being Max. So just wanted to let you know that. Good to see Terry Mobley on as well. Good to see Quan Green on. Good to see you yesterday, sir. Hope you're doing well. Um, E. Joyce Parrish is with us every single Friday night. She is with us. Good to see you. And who else? I'm looking. Faye Law says hello. Aviana is on. Hey, Aviana. I'm glad you like my shirt. I am very happy you like my shirt. Lynn, good to see you, Lynn. Thank you for joining us. And Eugene Ballard Sr. is representing from the borough. Thank you for joining us. Shaquita Austin says, hey. So I say, hey back to Shaquita Austin. Thank you for joining us. Lita, I didn't see you today. So I felt like I'm at a loss. But thank you so much. Good to see you, Marquand. I agree with you. Big things are happening in the greatest city in the world, and it is just getting better and better. Good to see Sister Barbara Kaufman on. Thank you for joining us. Paige has joined us. Good to see you. Gloria is on. Hey, Pinky. Hope you're doing well. Is Mama back yet? Good to see Josie on with us. Sharon Short is on. Good. Krista is on from Northwest Georgia. Hello. Barbara Pinckney is traveling, but you dare not miss the date. You're right. Camila Godwin is on. Thank you. Vanessa Taylor. Hello. And Camila, thank you for joining us on time. Good to see Lane Matson on, our friend, and hope you're doing well. Angela is fired up tonight, and we better be careful because Angela is fired up. Good to see Sharon Tyson on as well. Daryl Gaskin, thank you very much. We were glad to be there. We enjoyed it. Jackie Bonner is on with us. Hey, Jackie, hope you're doing well. Long time no see. Uh, Carolyn Jeffrey is on. Aunt Ollie has joined us. Blessings to you. Good to see Sharon Lowe on with us as well. Charlene is telling Ethel to get on here. And Sharon, Shay, Renee Smith Taswell, happy birthday to your mom. And I am glad, of course, we were going to wish your mom a happy birthday. So I hope she had a good day, and I hope you gave her whatever she wanted. Good to see David Minkowitz on with us. Sharon Waters is on. Good to see you, Sharon. Michael Dickens Sr., good evening to you. It's also always good to see Sabrina Riddle on. And I hope that you enjoyed yourself at the event. Good to see Lisa Wiggins on. Good to see you. Joan Daniel has checked in. Mama Marsha is on. Good to see you. As well, Charlene Walker is saying good evening to me now. Tam Reeves is in the building. So all of you just be cool. Nobody make any mean moves and nobody gets hurt. Lakeisha Tooks is on. Good evening to you. Patricia Queen, good to see you. Jacqueline Grant is on as well. Crystal Mitchell is on as well. And Twinkie is going to get her on next Friday. Yeah, I want you to call her. And matter of fact, call her and then let me know when she's on the phone. I want her to listen to me. I want for everybody to hear what I'm going to tell her. So go ahead, get on the phone, and then let me know when she's on so that everybody can hear what I have to say to your mama, Pinky, okay? So go ahead and do that. Monir is on for Ruin Thai Cuisine as well. And we are so glad to see Rachel back with us. Good to see you, Rachel. Hope you're doing well. Sandra Smith is on. Good to see Robert Richards as well. And tomorrow we are celebrating 1 year since Miss Aviana has been a Savannah resident, and we're hoping she will always be a Savannah resident, Miss Faye Law, regardless of what you do. Miss Aviana belongs to us, so she's a Savannian now. Good to see Lenard Young on as well. Good to see my wonderful cousin Marion Jones on. Hope you're doing well. Good to see Michelle and Mr. Bill on. Hello, Coach Cassell Bell from Jacksonville, Florida, Duval. And so we know football season is coming up. And so who does Reigns play? I need to know when the Reigns first game is. Good to see the child on. Crystal Coffin, good to see you. Talia, Miss Strawberry is on. Good evening to you. And Mama Charlotte has joined us. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well after that child had kidnapped you. Good to see Arlene Hines on as well. Krista, good to see you. And you'll be here with your son. Thank you. Good to see Chat Howard on, but we don't see Trish Howard. I'm wondering about that. Good to see Julia Dinkins on. Good evening to you. Good to see my brother Alan Waters on. I did get the message, so thank you very much, and I'll be in contact with you. Jackie Merriweather, good to see you. Good to see Natalie Tate, and so Mark Tate is somewhere close. Glad to see you. Thank you very much. Good to see Bryn Grant on all the way from wherever she is. But we still love her as well. Georgia Davis is on with us. Thank you. Carlitha Turman is on. The Savannah Dimes is on with us. Thank you. Good to see Brother Alan Wright on with us. Hope you are doing well. Thank you for joining us. Good to see Darryl McGee. Hey, man, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Joanne Watkins, good evening to you. Tia, thank you for joining us. Good to see the amazing Ann Allen Westbrook, my state representative. Good hanging out with you, getting into good trouble. Thank you so much for joining us. Deanna Blige is on with us. Thank you. Good to see Tanya Vickers is on with us and as well. Thank you for joining us. Good to see Arlene Council on, right? So, okay, she sent me the whole schedule. Arlene, good to see you. Audrey, hello, Audrey, good to see you. Good to see Karen on and Shirley Spears. Thank you. Margie Jefferson, thank you for joining us. Good evening. And I know, Coach, you just sent me the whole schedule. So, good to see Alderman Dietrich Leggett. Thank you for joining us, sir. Glad to have you on with us. Chris Paris is on. Hello, good to see you, as well as Sean and Kennedy and Kathy Grant. Thank you for joining us. Good to see Beverly Armstrong. Good evening. And Ernestine is on River Street. I don't know what you're doing, but I hope you're doing all right. Good to see Minister Jaquan Oliver. Thank you, sir, for joining us. Thank you. And I probably am echoing, you know, it'd be like that sometimes. But anyway, thank you all so much for joining us. It is Friday night in Savannah, and you know what happens no matter where we are, no matter what we're doing. We always get down on Friday night. Good to see Miss Alvernia Jackson on. Thank you for joining us. But, you know, it's Friday night somewhere, and so here we are at another Friday night. Good to see Dr. Zadana Slay. Thank you. Greetings from Starbucks. Good to see Lenard Young on as well. Good to see Mama Julia Carter. And y'all, we always give love to Miss Julia, so let's give her some love. Good to see Junior on. Hope you're doing all right, Junior. You and Felicia. Thank you. Chatham County Millennial Democrats. Yes, thank you. Hey, I mean, it's history. So thank you very much to our Millennial Democrats. Thank you, Perlette Newton, for joining us as well. And let me see, our Ernestine is enjoying the breeze. Yes. And Alderman, yes, Deacon Oliver Cooper. And we're sending out our love to all the Cooper folks from the west side of Savannah and Garden City. We loved Deacon Oliver Cooper. So we're sending out our thoughts and prayers. And I hope to see you all at some point tomorrow. Good to see Reverend Thurman Neal Tillman. Thank you for joining us. Good to see Gigi on with us, and our maven of small businesses, Marjorie Young. Thank you for joining us as well. And Tyler says he's having a gaming bus party. Man, tell Tyler if he want me, he can get me, okay? Tell him. Carol Sims, hello. Thank you for joining us as well. And so you know what we do. The first thing we do, Lenore Moore, good evening. We send out love to our girl, Tara. Don't we do that? So how do we do it? We send it out with three. We send out three of those green apple hearts and then a red heart. So we send that out. Then we send out love to our, and we go ahead and get those in. Good to see our elder statesman on, Mr. Cliff McCurry. Thank you for joining us, sir. Paula Evans is on with us. Thank you for joining us. Right. Let's see. Then we sent out to our lupus warriors. Good to see Lenard Young as well. So thank you for joining us. We sent out stuff to our lupus warriors, folks that have lupus, but lupus does not have them, right? So we send that out as well. Wow, now this is really important. I have Camilla Flynn style. Flynn is in the house. So, I mean, that's pretty significant when you're able to get Camilla with her schedule up on your live. I mean, that must mean I'm somebody to have Camilla on my live. Huh. I bet Camilla don't come on y'all lives, but Camilla came on my live. But anyway, and then of course, for multiple sclerosis, people who have multiple sclerosis, but multiple sclerosis don't have them, and we send out love to them as well. Thank you so much for joining us on Friday Night Live. It's always Friday somewhere. Always Friday somewhere, right? So thank you for joining us. Charlie Patterson is on with us as well. And yes, we do want Shauna to get some rest. And then Bernice is in Kansas City instead of being in King County. And Bishop Jacqueline Gilbert Grant has joined us. So thank you so much, Bishop, for joining us. Glad to have you with us. And you wrote a book, and we got to talk about your book. Good to see Sharon Tyson on. Good to see you as well. And Willie, I do this every day. I do it for real. So, you know, when we get to questions, you can ask whatever you want to ask. Good to see all of you on. Thank you for joining us today. So glad to have you. And I wanted to tell you that this week right here, right? Every week, here we are, week number what? 228. Week number 228 of Friday Night Live, every single Friday night for 1,597 days. Every single Friday night for the past 4 years and 4 months. Every single Friday night for the last 52 months and 14 days, no matter where I was, no matter where you were, we have been together through our ups and our downs. We have built community, and I am so grateful to you, to all of you, for what you have done to help us to make this into something hot. We are officially I mean, we even got Sabrina Riddle from Atlanta have time for us. Oh, and Stony is here. Y'all show some love to my beautiful niece, Stony. Stony! So y'all show love to Stony. We love her. I didn't see her this weekend, but I understood why. And so, but y'all show some love. We have Stony representing, so y'all show some love. But I understood why. And so, to my let me find. I gave love to Stony, right? Can't stop, won't stop. We're not going to stop. A couple of things I want to talk about, but I want to bring on a very special guest. I'm very, very glad to have with us. Okay, so Trish, Chat has already been here. We were looking for you. All right, Chat was here on time, and Chat didn't know where you were. So don't come in here asking Chat, are you here? Chat was here. Everybody can say that Chat was here. See, everybody giving love to Stony. Everybody loves Stony. So, but let me go ahead and bring on my guest, and then I'm gonna go through the stuff I got to go through, and then I'll just have her. I'll have her sitting in the big chair, because some people you have to have in the big chair, right? And so this person always deserves to be in the big chair, right? And so, ladies and gentlemen, we have with us none other than our lovely, wonderful woman of story, right?
Oh, I don't know why my camera's not working.
Well, why isn't your camera working?
I have no idea. That is not going to work.
Well, it is the ghost of Dr. Bertice Berry P.
Whoa. You know what? I'm going to go back out and try to come back in, okay?
Right. I mean, I had this perfect, seamless introduction of you.
It was seamless. It was going to work. You were doing the fizzle.
You blew it.
You know what? I know what I did. Hold on a second.
You blew it.
Let's see if it worked now. Let me turn it off and turn it back on over here.
You blew it. You messed me up. I had it perfectly. Oh, she's gone. There she is. Dr. Bertice Berry, good to see you. Stacy Kopic, good evening. Elise Bailey, hello. And good to see Tom Coulon. Thank you for joining us. Good to see the Spencer E. White III as well.
There's my sister Bryn.
Hey, Mama Dolores. So, all right, you done had your time out there in Texas. It's time for you to come home, all right?
Come home.
Yeah, so Doris Reed, your mayor is calling for you. Time for you.
Home.
Come on home.
Come home.
Come on.
Come home.
Angie, I found.
Come home. Come home. Come home. Come home. Come on, Reverend Tillman. Come on, join in. Come home. Sister Tillman's in here. Come home. Come home.
All right. So
I can't stop now. You know it's after smart hours.
I know.
Come home.
I know. I gotta finish my stuff.
Yes, you do. I'm going to let you, because this was the day. This was the day you casted your vote. You casted your vote. Casted it, your vote.
So Angie, I found, says she loves you, and everybody's saying yay. And Bryn says you're up late tonight. Y'all know she's
Reverend Tillman said, "If I can help somebody."
Kimbo is on.
But he's saying it like this: as I travel
along, Jacqueline Stokes is on.
I can heal somebody with a word or song.
Natalie McPherson is on.
If I can show for needs somebody that we're traveling around.
I should have waited. I really should have waited.
Should have. You know, you can't. If you waited longer, it would have been worse. And you know it. A charge. A charge to keep I have. A charge.
I'm just going to sit here.
All the way back with the meter hymns.
All right. So, a couple of things, and then I'm going to let Dr. Berry just be Dr. Berry. So, a couple of things. First of all,
Faye's over there singing. Athenia singing. Over there singing. Come on, that's right.
Aviana is my
Woke up this
sweetheart.
Avion, yes. I woke up this morning with my mind. What'd you do, man? Come on, Mayor. Stayed on, Lord, you know I woke up. Can't help it. I was walking and talking with my mind. Stayed on Jesus.
So just to let you know that the National Hurricane Center has issued its first advisory on what they're calling potential tropical cyclone 4. And so right now they have tropical warnings and watches for portions of Florida. They're expecting landfall, and they're expecting landfall as tropical storm
Acting
Debbie.
it out.
Huh?
I'm acting it out.
Oh, yeah, along Florida's west coast over the weekend.
Mm.
For us, we're thinking somewhere between Sunday night and Monday. They're talking about a wind gust and all of those things that we usually expect.
Hunker down, hunker down. Oh, we gotta hunker down. Move all the stuff that's gonna fly around and hunker down. Amen, amen.
Hey, Anthony Jones. Now, Anthony Jones is one of the best. So I got Spencer White and Anthony Jones. I got you back up on here if you needed it.
Oh,
Rockin' Robert McDaniel Beck is on from Kansas City. Good to see you. Thank you
get
for
out.
joining.
Yes.
Yes. And so, but y'all make sure y'all know again, we've received a lot of water here. You know, we're low ground. And so I don't know why people come to me. Well, we flooding. Savannah's flooded since 1733. And
Amen. Amen. And worse, since people put their trash in the sewage.
that
Don't
part.
do that.
That part, and they do it. And the fact of the matter is that, we know, for those of you that have been here for a while, good to see Monica Thornton on. We know that Savannah floods when it rains, a lot, but we don't stay flooded. And so you just have to make sure, again, we're not clogging drains, making sure we're using common sense.
But this is a good time to say thank God for the trees.
Yeah, thank God. And we have 80,000 of them.
And they soak up a lot of that water.
They do. And if you're riding and you see a puddle, don't say, I'm going to drive through it. You're not going to make it. You're not going to make it. Now, Faye Law is the karaoke queen, and she wants to sing with you. This is not Friday night karaoke. Okay?
This is what I'm talking about. We need to have the Friday night karaoke.
See, this is not going to be that, right?
Come on, Van. Let's Be a Lion. You be the lion. Come on.
You're that's the
strong and tall.
Now, you said the wrong thing. Now, see, Monica Thornton is actually she is an environmentalist. And so when you said trees are needed, she's probably shouting in the corner somewhere because you said, Spencer's sitting at his piano. Spencer's ready.
Come on, Spencer. You need to Zoom Spencer in. Come on now. Set your setting on music and let's get him in here.
You're
standing strong and tall. Strong and tall. I'm the greatest.
Jenny Parker, good to see you. Angie Alfonso, so ready for Friday night karaoke. I want to tell you two other things, and then I promise you, I'm gonna just let Dr. Bertice Berry be.
No, you have to ask me something because I can't just be talking.
I will. I have questions for you. But I do want to remind you all two things.
First, have questions. Listen, hunker down, prepare.
Yes.
There ain't no need to start packing your kids off and have to call in the middle of the day and go get them on Monday.
Right. Do that. So
make some plans ahead of time. Don't be sitting up somewhere going, they just called too late. Why they have to call so late? Because when they call late, I don't know what to do. Don't do that. You already know. You've been told.
Yeah, we've been telling you, and that's what I'm telling you now. Again, we
know from we get mad when he tells us. We act like he created the storm.
Oh yeah, they say, well, it's raining in here. Well, June 1st to December 1st, it's hurricane season.
Listen, I was doing a bathroom renovation, and the contractor said, I see some other little fires you might want to put out. I was like, put them out, because the storms are coming. Yeah. Storms are coming. Put those fires out.
Put them out. Yeah, put them out. So, so I want to talk about that. Also, tomorrow is the the Greater Savannah Black Chamber of Commerce. They're having an expo.
Why I gotta be black though?
No, it could be everybody.
I'm just kidding.
No, but it's true. I mean, people say that, but I mean, it is for everybody. It's at the
Really?
Hyatt
Really?
from 11 to 5.
Everybody.
go
If
on
you've
by
got a
there.
business, you want to do business with the Black Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah, you could just go. I mean, but
You
it's
should
a
go.
great opportunity. Yeah. Good to see Red Strawberries, and she will always tell you you have got to juice. So thank you for that. Also,
Fruit,
in October.
look, we have the granddaddy of juicers here. Juicing is,
Yes, juicing
and
is
all my MS warriors, still walking,
right.
Does it-
And
does it
year
do-
four of Le Dinner en Blanc.
Le Dinner en Blanc.
Right. This is our 4th year. This has been an amazing event in Savannah. We
amazing.
had 1,000 people.
That's crazy.
White at a secret location that
Crazy.
people don't know where it is until the day of. This is year 4.
1,000
We're
people
putting
find
it
out.
Another secret location on Saturday, October the 5th. It is also the culminating activity of my birthday weekend.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's wonderful. I
If you
won't
have not registered, you can
1,000
register.
people eating.
I'm gonna post it.
That's just too much stress.
It is. I mean, it's beautiful, and
It's got to be beautiful. I love the pictures, but 1,000 people eating, you know, I'm gonna spill something on me. And in white, I mean Blanc.
you can.
So much stress that is just, you know.
We know that you could do better. So
Christina wants prayers for a reasonably quiet weekend weather.
And we claim that as well. So thank you very much for that. And no, Ernestine, you're not going to be off. We all work. And so thank you for that. So I want to talk about that, talk about the storms as well. And now we have Dr. Bertice Berry. And everybody knows, so good to see Elaine Lucas on from Macon, Georgia. Wow. Good to see you, ma'am. Hope you're doing well. But I'm gonna post it for you. I'm gonna post it. And then I'll tell you this. If we know of this, Willie Stevens wants to know. Now I'm gonna go ahead and let you handle Willie.
My dogs.
Because see, Willie says stuff out his mouth, and I'm gonna let you deal with him.
You want me to answer, Willie? No,
yeah.
you don't.
Yeah,
you would like me to be able to keep my speaking fees.
No,
so
no,
you want me to answer Willie.
No, yeah, Willie wants to know, because Willie thinks he's being smart, but he don't know he makes himself look crazy, but he don't want none of this smoke. Watch. He says, so Dr. Bertice Berry, my friend and sister.
He says, who fitted the bill?
Does he fitted the bill of your $30,001 to $40,000 speaking fee?
Does he mean who footed the bill?
He said, who fitted the bill?
I don't know how they footed it or fitted it. I don't think they fit. Willie
Stevens said, who fitted the bill?
Here's the first rule of criticism. Use the word that you mean to use. That's the first rule. When we talk about who fitted the bill for her, and say who her is so people know who you mean, because it sounds like left field, like you're just talking like, who fitted the bill for her for $30,001? I'm sorry. I want to know who made a check for $30,001. That just doesn't seem right. To $40,000, because what you did, Willie, is what people do to me. They go look at websites where agents represent people, and they just put a range of a price, and it could be my price, it could be Kirk Franklin's price, it could be anybody's price. They're gonna put a range of a price. It's probably not true, and everybody has a whole thing that says this one I'm doing for nothing because it's important to me. And so just to assume that that's somebody's fee and somebody fitted it, because I ain't letting that go. That's not going to go for a long time. Instead of doing that, instead of actually checking to see that someone wrote a check for $30,001, instead of checking to see that that happened, you should check to see if that happened, and more likely did not. I hope you didn't take out of heart. I hope you didn't take, out of hardworking, tax-paying Americans.
Take out of.
I hope you didn't take out of hardworking, tax-paying Americans. And probably what happened was Willie was a little bit stressed and angry. And so the one happened and the fit didn't happen and the take out of happened because rather than use any of that, this computer that is stronger than the one that I wrote a dissertation on at the age of 25, instead of using this to Google, you used it to spray anger, vitriol, and all that other stuff. And that's just not what we're doing over here. Check it out. Use this same computer that you used to write all of that to Google.
Well, happy birthday, Spencer White, my brother, friend. Happy birthday to you. We're glad to have Estella Hopkins on. I'm going to take a quick commercial break to get Dr. Bertice off of Willie behind. Right?
No, I'm not on Willie's behind. I'm on the behind of anybody who chooses to just do that and
But
not.
that's what people do. But that's what they do.
No, stop. That's what people do who don't use critical thinking skills. Now let's just back up. Common sense is your basic senses. People say everybody should know that. No, that's common knowledge. Common sense is what I see, what I smell, what I hear, what I taste, what I find out. Critical thinking is going a little bit further to do the negation of the negation of the negation till you can get to the best of all possible answers. If there's a fox out in my yard and it smells my neighbor burning some trash, the fox is going to smell it and run. Me, I'm going to look and go, I bet that's my neighbor. I'm going to look and see my neighbor go, hey, did you get a permit? He going to say, I sure did. That's critical thinking.
And she takes a drink of water.
No, that's vitamin C.
Very good. Well, I'm just saying. I mean, he does that. He thinks he's doing something. And the fact of the matter is that you're not. I mean, the fact is we have so many positive people on here, and they don't have time for all that.
No, I don't think he's negative. I think he's not, the critical thinking skills and then just to rush to. It's like the fox rushed out of my yard because he smelled a fire. He saw her name on a flyer and he rushed to make a conclusion. And wanted to know who fitted the bill of $30,001.
Wow. Well, did I fit the bill?
You fit the bill for the mayor of this city. You fit that bill. But if you footed the bill, then you need to cut me in.
Dr. Bertice Berry is appearing tonight on behalf of the city of Savannah. And so I paid her $30,001 to come and appear on Friday Night Live. Now, those of you who've been with me over the last 4 years know.
Can I just do a public service announcement?
Hey,
as long as we fit in some bills, let me just do this public service announcement. Okay. To all my friends who are over 50, this is not your best angle. I just thought we're doing public service announcements for fitting bills and footing them. And
yeah, well, that's going to stick with me the entire night. So fitting it.
You fitted the bill.
You're a member of that. But Dr. Bertice Berry, we always love having you on with us. And so I know you're good for stories, but you're also really great for helping us to recenter and put things into perspective.
Yeah, and really what I want people to do is shine a light on the love, the good, the joy, the things that are happening. Kimberly, you're right. You opened that door. I went in. It's late. Episcopal Church ordained me. They knew who I was. They knew who I was when they did it. Kent State knew who they was when they gave me that PhD. They knew who I was. Anyway, when you grow up on a street that's an alley and your neighbor is the motorcycle gang, they knew who I was. Anyway, there's so much. Reverend Tillman said it's so befitting.
It's befitting.
So shine a light on the good. I mean, even I don't truck with folks who want to tell me all the bad that's going on in the world, because we're giving attention to it. Give attention to the joy, to the love. In fact, if you haven't shared this tonight, this live, share it. Share it with your friends and share it with a note that says something good is still happening. Jacqueline said, is he still present? If he is, he gonna get a song. So
sit down, service, sit down.
Sit down, service. Sit down. You can't mess with old Koji because we're gonna bring up the songs. Um, just like we're gonna bring in the sheaves. Anyway, shine a light on what is good, what is right. Years ago, when my kids were young, I would write songs out of scripture and anything else, and they would get sick of me because I would just sing like I'd pop up, do it. But one of them was think on these things, whatever is honorable and true, whatever is right and of good repute, whatever is pure, lovely, and wonderful, and worthy of the praise. And it becomes like a little earworm for me to, even when I'm getting despondent or angry, the MS Warriors are in here. I'm one of them. 2 days ago, I could barely walk. And then I was like, it ain't gonna be like that tomorrow. And you keep on moving, you keep on trusting, you keep on believing. The woman who touched the hem of Jesus's garment, Jesus said, your faith has made you whole. You go down a little bit, few paragraphs later, and he goes to his own hometown and he can't do any miracles because the folks' faith was not right. And so, you asking about fitting the bill because a prophet's not honored in their own hometown. And we have one of the greatest mayors the United States have ever seen. And instead of saying, how can we be of assistance? How can we support? How can we encourage? And if not, the very least you can do is shut your face. We keep stirring up stuff. And you can't throw mud without getting muddy. You can't lay down with a dog without getting up with fleas. You cannot mess around in muck. I don't care how positive you think you're doing. If you're constantly slandering even the other side because you're so angry at them, you're going to get some of that on you. Let's talk about what is good, what is right, what is worthy of praise. Let's talk about the good that happens. The people you see, people from all over the world. Whenever I'm traveling, I say, I was in the south of France. This woman was like, where are you from? I was like, Savannah. She said, oh, Savannah, it has my heart. Where are you going in the world? You mentioned Savannah, people love it. You come home to Savannah, people like, Slovana, it make you think ain't nothing to do. What else gonna do? I'm sick of this place. For what? The most beautiful, magical, majestic thing in spite of the history, if not because of it, because we've taken this and run down the road in ways and that cannot be named. And people come here, you like, are you from here? Are you a boy? Are you a come here? I can't even tell you what I said because they ordained me. But what I'm trying to say is I chose to be here over 20 years ago. I chose to be here. And that means something. It should mean something to all of us because at the end of the day, we all here now and we all here because of how much we love it. We love it. And somebody gonna say, you live in Richmond Hill. I sure do, but I spend 90% of the day in Savannah. And I love it. I love both places. I love all of this place. It's all to me something that is absolutely incredible. And we get to say we live here. But that comes with a cost because under every right, there is a responsibility. We have a right to be here and we have a responsibility to keep it marvelous, to keep it wonderful. The difference between conservative for some people and other people, some people say conservative, they mean keep it the same. Some people mean keep it nice. We mean keep it nice. You can come on in, anybody can join us as long as you keep it nice. And keeping it nice doesn't always mean agreeing that we're going to agree, but we can be agreeable. I don't agree to disagree. If we disagree, we just disagree. We just disagree. And maybe you're going to change your mind and maybe I'm going to change my mind. But at the end of the day, we all belong to one race, the human race. And I know, like I know my name, you're going to meet some folks in heaven that you didn't expect to meet. And they're going to look at you and say, how in the world did you get here? So at the end of the day, God loves us all. And we all need to learn how to love one another. And if until you can, lift up what you can see is good. And if you can't see any good, sit down until you can.
So how do you find, and I mean, I think, and I certainly appreciate your kind words. I really do. And hello to
Because
everybody.
it's just the truth, because you know it's the truth. I'm gonna drink like people do when they tell the truth.
Well, and but you know, I mean, I've been in politics a long time now. This
Very
is
long.
my 21st year.
Mhm.
And I have not seen it be as mean and as nasty.
Mhm.
You know, and the fact was that, you know, you can like different teams, but in
Mhm.
the end, you like the game. I mean, I love football. I have my team, but in the end of the day, if my team doesn't win, and y'all know I'm a Giants fan, so you know I
Right.
don't have any of those
I
days.
don't football.
Right. But the fact that in the end, you know, it's about, and so for me, I love this country.
I'm gonna
And
tell you
I love the
why.
fact that
I'm
we
gonna
got
tell
to be
you
able,
why.
go ahead.
And I'm gonna make Reverend Tillman shout. He said I'm
Well,
fixing
he
to make him
shouted
shout.
already. He
He
said,
fitting it.
you're fitting, you're
He
fitting it,
fitting. He
you're
fitting.
fitting, you're fitting.
Fitting. We're gonna stay with that fitting tonight.
Spencer, put him in D flat.
So C, please. B flat, B flat,
B flat. Okay.
B flat. I don't know. I'm not a musician. Have you I cannot stand palmetto bugs. I have two exterminators. One uses dry formula, one uses wet formula. When they go left, I go right,
That's
and
those
they can't.
big ones, those big
Those big
water
palmetto, and
bugs.
they live in the trees. They come out, palmetto bugs, they live in the trees. You ever notice when you kill them, like when mine get to my house, if they get into the house, they're already dead because of the treatment that's here.
Right.
But they'll be laying there and you go to clean it up and they start wriggling, and I can't stand to see them wriggle. And I'm trying to sweep it up. But if I sweep it up, it can flip over and keep on going because I was messing with it.
Let it go, Willie. Continue, Dr. Berry. Willie,
Let
let
it
it go.
die.
Let it go.
Let it die. Let it die. I think that all of this acting out, all the racism, all the vitriol, all the stuff, it been dead. It knows it's dead. It's hoping that somebody come along and give it a little kick so that it can scurry back, because it's more frightening when it messes with us. It's more frightening. It's frightening moving around for me anyway. It's frightening moving around. If I leave it just sit there, I'm like, let it, it's dead. It just don't know it's dead. And sometimes some of us, like me, I cannot stand these bugs so much that I'm gonna try to do something to it. In my trying to do something to it, out of my fear, I've given it a little bit of a life. I don't know if this is making any sense to anybody, but you either kill it for real with kindness and love, and my son is one of those that will capture it and send it outside, or you just it's dead. I've always known that 33% of folks go along with hatred. Some of them are in there. I'd say 20% are in there because of their shame. There's 10% that mean it, and there's probably 1% of that 10% that will act on it. But we keep acting like it's 60, 50, 70% of the population. It is not. The reason why it feels that big is because the rest of us who know better can't get together, won't get together, won't stand on one side. And what we're seeing now with Vice President Harris is people deciding to come together. That's why it feels like this momentum and joy and happiness and movement, because they have decided to get together. Somebody called me the other day or messaged me and said, there's a group we're forming called OWLS. It's old white ladies for Vice President Harris, for President Harris. And so folks are saying this 70%. Now, if the 70% is strong enough, that 20% that has just joined the other side out of their shame, because they know they did some things in the past, they don't know how to recover from it, they don't know what to do about it, they don't know what to say about it. Their shame is so great, their guilt is so great, they don't have to look far. They got pictures in their attic of Uncle Joe at all of the stuff that we all hate. And so instead of us singing this song together, singing, our Zion song in a strange land together, we looking at each other going, are you true? Are you real? People literally trying to convince folks The argument that Vice President Harris is not Black. Like, are you stupid? We had a one drop rule in this country that we didn't create that said anybody with one drop of black blood, you Black. Now we're gonna go, you ain't, you ain't really Black. But we'll use that same Blackness to keep you out. Don't fall for this okey doke. Don't fall for the who fitted the bill for $30,001 to $40,000. Why don't you just go ahead and give it a 40 to bring her here? I hope it didn't come from taxpayer dollar. Don't fall for that. That's not who we are. That's not who we're trying to be. I think we all need to repent. Rosemary Mackey's in here. She's one of them people ready to stand up and fight and change anything. Spencer White, thank you. We all need to repent. We need to repent.
Hold 1 second. I have a quick commercial break.
Go ahead.
Miss Sadie Campbell has come in. Miss Sadie Campbell is my senior Friday Night Liver. In 10 days, Miss Sadie Campbell will be 100 years old. 100 years old. Mother Sadie Campbell.
Oh, say, can you see Miss Sadie will be 100.
99 and a half won't do, Miss Sadie. And
Black woman president.
We love her. We love her. And Miss Sadie, we're so glad to have you with us, and we're so glad you're able to join us. And I am so looking forward to 10 days. I proclaim 10 days.
That's what I'm saying.
From now, it's your day.
Sadie Campbell, Miss Sadie Campbell, Miss
So,
Sadie Campbell.
So my thing was, and I mean, I made a post today.
I'm sorry, I can't stop myself now.
I know you can't.
Know what happens after? I was on the phone with the phone people, and he was trying to explain something to me, and I said, "Is that the sixth young man?"
Dr. Bertiz.
Don't work.
Dr. Bertiz.
I hear you.
Dr. Bertiz. So, well, look, focus. Focus. See, y'all know she's usually been asleep 2 hours by now. So just let you know.
Two.
Right now. So
I get up at 3. I get up at 3. I have a full productive day, but my genius hours are early.
That's right. So my question
then I get loopy.
And two things. First of all, I mean, I'm a Democrat. I had very happily cast by my vote as a delegate for Kamala Harris to be the president, the Democratic nominee for president. She is and will be the first Black woman and first Asian American to head a major ticket. And so for me, it was like, wow, in America.
I was at a conference and the flag came across the screen and some guy was singing the anthem, and I was like, and it hit me differently. I was in San Francisco coming back, and this Asian woman came up to me and said, "How are you, sister?" Right. I'm 63 years old. That was a happening. For us to look at one another because of Vice President Harris looking at both of us, that was a happening.
And I'm saying, and the day will come, I mean, and for me, we should have, elevated arguments about policy back and forth. At the end of the day,
sure.
I'm an American, and whatever the results are,
sure.
Like my whole life, we've lived with results. But we have just gotten so nasty. And I guess my question is, for people, I mean, it could be depressing that you sit there and watch leaders, people you're supposed to emulate. I mean, I remember, growing up, they would say the gentlewoman of the Senate or the gentleman.
Yes.
It was always some decorum, even if they fiercely disagreed.
Yes.
But now it's just like.
Yeah, I'm going to be very honest with you. If you go back even further, they were literally man by the name of Aaron Burr. Mm-hmm. Said, "Let's go out and shoot one another." Shot Hamilton in a duel. So we like to look back and go, there was a time and it was so gentle and it was so nice. Those same people who had those nice, sweet, kind words would meet you at the lynching tree later.
Mm.
So I think sometimes we miss the progress because we're constantly looking back at the good and only seeing the bad in the present. And there has always been a time where people fought nasty. They fought with different words, with different ways, and it happened then, right? So what we want to progress to or move towards is shining a light on those who do the right thing. Now, I don't know about you, but many people may not be aware that I grew up in Wilmington, Delaware.
Yes, you did.
My senator happened to be a man named Joe Biden.
Right.
I went to college because a teacher helped, a counselor helped, some folks helped, my godmother helped me to see that I could be the first in my whole entire family to ever go to college. But my sister was sick and she helped the family out and did some stuff. She was a paid photographer and artist. And she was really sick with diabetes and people didn't understand it at the time. And I wrote Senator, my junior Senator Biden, a letter. He called me every day for 2 weeks until he got me at Jacksonville University. And I told him I'm getting straight A's, but I got to pick fruit some days and do inventory other days. I got 62 jobs to try to help out with home. And he called me for 2 weeks until he got me. And he said, I'm going to make you a deal. He said, I'm proud of you for breaking this cycle of poverty, but you're not going to make it trying to do everything. He said, I will make you a deal. I will take care of your sister if you take care of your grades.
Mm.
And 2 days later, the next day, actually, somebody handed her a check retroactive of the 3 years that she had been applying. And not only did I not have to work, she was able to send me money to help me out in college. This is a man who, like you, has dedicated his whole life to service and service through government, his whole life to service through government. We have so much that we can lift up. We choose to see what people are not doing right, and we choose to give that a spotlight rather than say, there's a man over here by the name of Tillman, and he and his wife have been doing this ministry for so long. There's this woman, Mother Sadie, who's about to turn 100, and Mother Sadie has done so much for so many, and now she sits with a Bible in her lap and a list of names and praying for these folks all day long. We don't lift up those warriors who have been holding up the banner, the bloodstained banner, all these days. We like to look at the ones who ain't doing right instead of saying, how can people do this over here and we not even see it? We not talk about it. We not lift it up. In Delaware, when a childhood friend was killed for picking a peach off a tree, we all picked the peach off of. White man killed her. The city was in rioting. Senator Biden called my pastor, a man named Ross Rainey, and said, come downtown and let's pray in the center of downtown together. And people dropped their weapons and went home. Nobody talks about that. Joe Biden was the white lifeguard at my black swimming pool. Taught my brother to swim, which, didn't pass down because my brother just pushed me on the deep end and said, you'll make it. But anyway, that's not the point. The point is, here we are with Dr. Berry. Here we are with so much richness and joy and light. And yes, there are things that need to be changed. And yes, there are things that need to be worked on. But one thing I know for certain, and two, I know for sure, love is the greatest weapon we have. We haven't properly pulled it out. We haven't properly wielded it. We haven't believed in it. We haven't really held it up and said, here we go. Thank you, Monica. Thank you.
I'm just responding to some folks. So someone said that being black or woman, well, this case, he said being black or woman doesn't make you the right choice. And I said, agreed, but being black or woman doesn't make you the wrong choice either.
Listen, Let me tell you something. I've seen a whole lot of pictures of white men.
Hmm.
That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I need to say. It's not about being Black or woman making you the right choice. She's got more qualifications than anybody in the room. And all the ones that you're talking about is Black and woman. You won't let her be anything else. You won't look at all of her qualifications. But guess what? For me today, Black woman is enough.
So, I mean, for me,
And somebody also, Dr. Barry here seems a better choice than Harris. Me? They didn't mean me. No,
yeah, means you.
no. I like my politicians the way I like my surgeons. I like you to know what you're doing. I like you to have had some schooling on it. I like you to at least have read your handbook. Like, no, I don't know the Constitution. I don't know the rules and regulations. I don't know who votes first, who does when. That was the amazing thing about our Mayor Van Johnson. He served on the city council for what, 18 years?
16.
Knowing that stuff inside and out. We like somebody because they can talk good to be a president. I was in a cab one day in Texas, and the man's name was Delaware. And I said, I'm from Delaware. He turned completely around and pulled over and said, let me shake your hand. He said, I know I've had another great Delawarean, and he had First Lady Jill Biden in his cab once. And he told me the same story he told her, that his family survived Kuwait because of the president. And it was a story that nobody even knew that he was involved in. There's a whole lot we don't know. And I don't know those things. I don't know those policies and procedures. And I know sociology. I can do some sociology on you deeply. I'm learning some things about God, and I will be learning for the rest of my life, but I don't know politics. And I don't know the things you need to know. And I think that we're so quick to run after the shiny nickel that we miss the people who really are competent in doing the job. So that part.
So the interesting thing to me,
Having 34 felonies definitely doesn't make you the right choice. Well,
all right. Well, the other thing was this, and I mean, and I think for me, what resonates is this, is that
I don't know why my dogs are barking. They usually only bark when people are coming out here.
But Dr. Barry, for me, is a fact that, you know, that local politics are local.
That all politics are local.
Right. I ran for office. I won second time every precinct.
Susan, thank you.
66 precincts I won. Democrat, Republican, because we're all about Savannah.
Yeah.
And I can be, I mean, I have friends on here, good friends, that we agree on Savannah, we disagree on national politics, but we can be civil with each other, and we can, you know, be friends with each other, and it doesn't make
Let me tell you something. I have a neighbor who is so pro-Trump. He's so pro-Trump. He put his Trump signs on the tree because my dogs kind of kept peeing on them when they were down low. But that's not the point. The point that I want to make is, one day we were looking for my dogs. My dogs would go out. We live back up in the cut. And my daughter was yelling for the dogs. And he said, they over here. They all right. And she said, I'm coming to get them. And he said, no, I just opened up a fresh can. He opened up a fresh can of dog food for our dogs. He bought dog food. He doesn't have dogs. He not only loves us, he loves our dogs. He got the signs all over the place. Now, that's not up to me to tell him how to vote. I can't wrap my head around how he loved me so much and my dogs so much and don't see it. That's not for me. That's his story. But one thing I'm not going to do is hate him because of how he's voting. He's feeding my dogs. Now, I wish he would stop feeding them that wet dog food, because then when I try to give them their dog food that they need, because one of them's like 40 years old, I mean in dog years, he don't want to go back to what he got to eat. But think about that. And there was a period where it was hard to see it because we're getting pulled into this great divide. I don't want to be pulled into that.
And that's the point. I mean, at the end of the day,
Love thy neighbor.
right. I mean, at the end of the day, for me, I mean, you vote how you, I'm not trying to convert people, to vote how I vote nationally. I care that you care about Savannah.
That's
And
it.
and we have a lot of people on here that disagree with me on national views. And yet
Sure.
they are always so civil to me, so civil to the group. They're as much Friday Night Live as anybody else. And we are
Right. Right.
I just wish that type of
you just shouldn't have fitted the bill. That's all.
Right. Well, that's true. And we do it. I mean, we get together and we've done that. We got through this whole pandemic together. You were there with us, Bertice.
Casey Worthington said, to be clear, I do not have hate in my heart for anyone. Casey, do me a favor and say, to be clear, I have love in my heart for everyone. Let's state the love. I'm telling you, it sends out an echo. You call me crazy, but it does.
Right. Well, Casey, we don't have hate for you. I mean, you're here with us. I mean,
no, but that's what I'm saying. Let's state the love.
Right.
State the love.
Casey, I love you, Casey.
All of us, anybody.
Casey, I love you.
But when you got to state, to be clear, I don't have hate, let's state the love. But Casey, I don't need everybody to get it. I just need a critical mass.
But Casey says he studied at Berry College.
I have been to Berry College. I used to have a Berry College. Casey, you might have been one of my students up at the Berry College.
See?
I wasn't a professor there. I just taught, like they had a Jan term and I taught there then. Mm-hmm. Oh, you better come on in here, Reverend Tillman.
Casey loves us back. Thank you, Casey. Again,
thank you, Casey.
For me,
I
just want people to love my city.
Casey said I flunked out. Oh, Casey.
But I just want people to love my city. I want people to love the country. And at the end of the day, what's going to be is what's going to be. And so everybody should go hard for their team, but I don't go hard for you because you like the other team. I mean,
listen, my sister Bryn's in here. She knows how much I do not like football, and I know how much she loves football. She ain't inviting me to the game, and I ain't going. So, but we're going to do some things together. We're going to have a ball on the things that we do agree. I've been a strict vegetarian since I was 12. I'm never going to sit in front of somebody eating a steak and tell them they shouldn't. My mother had a wonderful saying, what I eat won't make you go to the bathroom, but she didn't say it that nicely.
Well, Sarah says Berry College is in her hometown. Shout out.
Yeah. It's not my college or anything. It's, Casey was respectful. Monica, and if Casey isn't, didn't I tell you I grew up on a street that was an alley? You don't want to be messing with me, Casey.
Monica is trying to slip out. Tell Monica don't leave.
Monica, see the people that have to announce they leaving. Monica, don't be announcing it. I see y'all. I got to do.
And Dr. Silver is back from Senegal and Ghana. Next year we are going to Ghana together. So we're looking forward to that, right?
Yes.
So yes, we're looking forward to that. And yes, Lakeisha, I am drinking. It's expensive, but it is good. Clearly Canadian. Tonight's hydration sponsor is Clearly Canadian, and I have wild cherry.
So drink it and go. Well, we were talking the boot.
Yeah, it is very, very good.
We'll change the accent.
It is very, very good. So, Dr. Berry, any final thoughts? I'm a little bit past my time, and you're way past your bedtime, but I'm so grateful you joined us.
I'm so grateful all of you all were here, and you allowed me to, the standard is high for people of color. A criminal record would disqualify a person of color, male or female, blemish. Yes, this is absolutely true. All of this is true. Hate is too much a burden. I just want to say, one thing, and it's something that
Pastor Tillman said he can't get what your mama said out of his mind.
I
What
know.
now, Pastor Tillman, you cannot say what her mama meant.
But you can say what I eat won't make you
what?
go to the bathroom.
Good to see Councilwoman Tina Day Broughton.
In other words, you know,
Florida. Good to see
and it's so clear. It is such a clear thing. So, Reverend Howard Thurman said, we must be still and listen for the sound of the genuine. The sound of the genuine comes from within each and every one of us. And if we don't listen for the sound of the genuine, we will find ourselves dancing on the ends of strings that someone else is pulling.
Right.
We all have our own answers, our own truth to know. And very often we get caught up in these, divides, the side, the pull, the push, the thing that would like to keep us from coming together. Because to me, that is the greatest battle, the thing that divides us. Because if we could ever see how similar we are, and I'm not talking about races, I'm talking about folks, then we can begin to see how uniquely beautiful we are. Our strengths are amazing things that what I'm good at, you may not be good at, but when we come together, we can change the world. And I just want us to be able to be still long enough, listen for the sound of the genuine. The sound of the genuine is love. The sound of the genuine is calling to each and every one of us, calling us to a higher place. And Dr. King said something that to me responds to that. And Howard Thurman was King's mentor. And he said, rarely do we find men and women who willingly engage in hard, solid thinking. There is an almost universal quest for half-baked answers and easy solutions. Nothing pains some people more than having to think.
Right.
We need to be still, listen to the sound of the genuine, and think. There is room for your head and your heart to exist in the same place and to really love your neighbor as yourself, but you can't do it until you begin to learn to love yourself.
Well, we appreciate you, and
not as much as I appreciate you.
So I'm just gonna do it just because I'm petty like this, and I'm gonna do a petty moment. So Willie came back, and Willie said, let your quote unquote expert speaker to look up Fit the Bill and let her know I'm right as usual with love.
Well, I'm not an expert speaker. I can talk, but I earned my doctorate at the age of 26. I wanted to get it at 25 because King did his at 25. I didn't know King went to college at 14. He had a leg up. I am ordained deacon in the Episcopal Church. And if you look up Fit the Bill, you may find Fit the Bill. And you might find Fit the Bill because language devolves just like you did. And if you think you always right, therein lies the problem.
Right.
I'm never always right, but I know language. I'm not an expert speaker, but I'm pretty good at thinking before I talk.
And if I had a mic, I would drop it, but I do want to let everybody know. Christiana. No. Wait, what? Doc, wait. You wait.
Johnson, Mayor Van Johnson, we could have left without having to hear from the brother again.
One other thing. Wait. I'm gonna tell you. Wait. One moment. Dr. Berry, one moment. Christiana did remind me you are preaching this Sunday at Asbury Memorial Church on Waters Avenue, and is at Henry Street. What time? 11 o'clock?
10:30 is their service starts.
10:30, their service starts. If you want to come and hear this amazing
Barbara said if the shoe fits.
anointed woman at Asbury She would love to see you, and then make sure when you hug her, tell her that you are a Friday Night Liver.
Please let me know that you're a Friday Night Liver, unless you are
Willie,
unless you are
Willie,
fitting the bill.
Willie. And then we're gonna go
Fitting the bill. If the shoe foots,
Willie.
if the shoe foots,
Willie just, he's a glutton for punishment. He says, fit the bill should be the sermon.
the sermon will be the shoe foots in your fit. I told you I got this degree after coming from the hood. You can't play dozens with me. You can't. My mother would say things like, I will cut your A too short to S. Right. Mr.
Dr. Berry, Reverend Dr. Berry. Reverend.
I said A and S.
Reverend
Now,
Dr. Berry.
No. I'm saying that came from my mother. What do you think he got? You see what I'm saying?
Right. That's right.
He would say, I'm going to slap you from Amazing Grace to a floating opportunity.
That's right. Sister Tillman, remind us, I will be speaking at First African Baptist Church this month, third Sunday at 10 a.m. They keep doing this to themselves, you know, and they allowed me to come and share with their. I've been doing this for years. I always look forward to coming to
Reverend Tillman talking about preach, mother.
I mean, yeah, I mean, Willie does that to himself. I mean, it's a shame, but it's okay. We love Willie too.
We do love Willie.
We love
him. And when you keep fitting the bill for $30,001.
Dr. Berry, thank you so much. Your check is in the mail.
Is it 30,001?
It is 30,002. I'm going to tip you $1 because you really dropped some knowledge on us.
Tam. Thank you so much, Tam. I really appreciate the time. I appreciate the love. I even appreciate the joy. We are siblings in this life. We're siblings in this life.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you all know the story, but I was in the airport. I'm gonna tell it again. You're gonna have to just put your head down. Go ahead. I was in the airport 11 years ago when I first moved here. And I was trying to get back to Savannah. I had flown out and trying to come back in the same day because I had to do that. My mother was sick. She had been sick for 2 years. She had a brain tumor that resulted in 5 heart attacks and 6 strokes over a 2-year period. Fly out, come back, fly out, come back. And I decided to come back early. Some said, get on back. So I was coming back, and my flight, I was in the airport. My flight was not going to go because weather was coming. And there was a young man on the side who saw me. I was trying to get on this plane, and he said, let her have the flight. He said, yeah, let her have my seat. And I was like, well, who are you? And he was like, I'm Van Johnson. Ma'am, I know who you are. I just want you to be able to get on home. And I got back, and I was able to be with my mother, and she died that day. And so I didn't remember. I remembered him giving me the space to go back. I didn't remember that it was the day my mother died, because my mother died, and that kind of took precedence in my memory. And I was talking about it one day to my son recently, and he said, yeah, that was the day grandma passed, Nanny passed. And I was like, that was the day? And he said, yeah. And there will be people in your life who will do significant things for you. And sometimes the tragedies that happen afterwards cause you to forget. But I hope you leave your heart open wide enough. And it doesn't take much, just a little bit, so that love can bring back to your remembrance that you are always connected. My mother gave me that gift of a clean slate. She said, I'm going to take all of the generational baggage, the hurt, the shame, the things that happened to me, my mother, and her mother before her. I'm going to pack it up and take it with me to the other side. I'm leaving you a clean slate. And when you meet people who are doing the right thing in spite of all the opposition, you let them know that me and the ancestors, every day, we're leaving them a clean slate, and every day they get to start new. So, you know, my brother, Mayor Van Johnson, will always be my brother because he gave me my mother's last day, literally. So there's not much you can do or say about him fitting the bill because it's just a gift from God that he served up for all of us. So that part.
All right. Well, thank you.
No, thank you.
We always love having you with us. And I'm incredibly appreciative for your constant encouragement. And she has been such an encouragement to me and is. When those days come where I'm feeling some kind of way, I get a call or I get a text. And by the time it's all over, I got tears coming in my eyes because she has me laughing so hard, or she'll say the thing that helped me. So thank you for being a blessing to us. And I'm so happy.
And Julia Carter said, Mayor Johnson is a blessing to many. I saw him during the hurricane, which was it, Matthew? And I called and he was on Facebook and I messaged him and I said, he was in sewage water looking for people's big mama that they left here and the dog that they left here and the this that they left here. For whatever reason, no judgment, people had to do what needed to be done. But he was walking through that water, going from house to house, checking on people, and how quickly we forget and run towards whatever mess that we can have, how quickly we forget that he wasn't even the mayor. The mayor wasn't here. He helped get people on buses and stayed behind and did searches and looked for and called out and connected and made connections for people. We have we're blessed. We're very blessed.
Thank you.
I know you can't take it. I know, but you got a good haircut today, so.
And you put Willie's feet on, so I'm happy about that too. But thank you all so much for joining us, Dr. Berry. Thank you so much.
Thank you for making me cry.
Let's be careful this weekend, you all. Let's be weather aware. Get you some batteries. Get you some food just in case power gets out.
We're all going to Willie's house. He can fit the bill.
Go to Willie's apartment.
Stop it. Stop it. Don't.
I'm sorry. He started.
No, that's not nice.
Oh, wait. Bishop Grant is on here. We got to be nice.
That's right.
The woman of God is here.
Amen.
Yeah, so.
Amen. Yeah. Praise the Lord, everybody. Praise the Lord, everybody.
Next time,
praise the Lord, everybody. If you open your Bibles,
Willie's gonna come. I'm gonna call Bertice Berry on you. Oh, last one. Carolyn Jeffrey says, "Come by here, my Lord."
Come by, kumbaya, my Lord. Kumbaya, kumbaya, my Lord. Kumbaya, kumbaya. You know, y'all ain't right. Y'all ain't right.
All right.
Can't we all just get along?
Yes.
Can Dr. Berry come back at least once a month? At least I will come back as often as Mayor Van Johnson invites me, but he don't let me out too often. Nobody lets me out too often.
I can't afford the 30,001. I can't afford it every month.
But can you afford a shoe?
Good night, everybody. Thank you so much. We love you, and there's nothing that you can do about it. God bless. Thank you for joining us. Be safe this weekend.
It's gonna rain. It's gonna rain. You better get ready and bear this in mind. God show Noah the rainbow sign. It won't be water, Willie, but fire in the sky. It's gonna rain. It's gonna rain. Oh, you better get ready.
Go to sleep, Dr. Berry.
Bed
Good
is
night,
in-
everybody.
Good night, everybody. I love you.